for first battle. This is AJ. Let's get started. Lassiter is a meticulous person. He loves accounting. He loves money. He gets giddy about counting pennies. Lassiter works with a guy named Ghana. Ghana hates accounting. He thinks it's drudgery. Ghana is an outlandish guy who loves to party and drink and laugh. Both Lassiter and Ghana work at the same job. They are accountants. One day, Lassiter argues with Ghana. Lassiter says, "Life doesn't revolve around parties, Ghana. You need to be more careful with your work." Ghana laughs and says, "You're so boring. Life should be jubilant and fun always." Then Ghana takes a beer out of his desk and throws it to Lassiter. "Drink this," he says, "then you'll have more fun at work." Lassiter drinks the beer, and he feels much happier. Work seems much more fun now. Lassiter says, "We're friends now. We have good camaraderie. Thanks, Ghana. I'm going to drink every day at work and enjoy life for its own sake." Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics, but they enjoy their job. Alright, let's go back to the beginning, this time with questions. Lassiter is a meticulous person. Is Lassiter a very, very careful person?
Yes, he is.
Yes, that's right. Lassiter is a meticulous person.
Lassiter is a meticulous
Does
person.
Lassiter like small details?
Yes, he is.
Yes, that's exactly right. Lassiter is a meticulous person. He likes very
Lassiter is a meticulous person.
small details. He's very careful about small details. Is Ghana a meticulous person?
No.
No, Ghana is not a meticulous person.
No, Ghana is not a meticulous person.
Is Ghana or Lassiter a meticulous person?
Ghana is a meticulous person.
Well, Lassiter is a meticulous person. Who is a meticulous person?
Ghana. No, Lassiter. Lassiter is a meticulous person.
Well, of course, Lassiter is a meticulous person. Is Ghana a meticulous person, or is Lassiter a meticulous person?
Lassiter. Lassiter is a meticulous person.
Well, of course, it's Lassiter. Lassiter is a meticulous, careful person. He loves accounting. He loves money. He gets giddy about counting pennies. Does Lassiter love to count pennies?
Yes, he does. Lassiter gets giddy about counting pennies.
Yes, he does. He loves to count pennies. Does he feel a little bit nervous and excited
Yes, he does. He
when
gets
he
a
counts
little.
pennies?
Yes, he does. He gets a little bit nervous or a little bit interesting when he counting pennies.
Yes, that's right. Lassiter feels giddy when he counts pennies. He feels nervous and excited when he counts pennies. Does Ghana feel giddy about counting pennies?
No, Ghana does not get giddy about counting pennies.
No, Ghana does not enjoy counting pennies. He doesn't get nervous. He doesn't get excited about counting pennies. Who gets nervous about counting pennies?
Lassiter. Lassiter gets giddy about counting pennies.
Who gets giddy about counting pennies? Who gets
Lassiter.
excited about counting pennies?
Yeah,
Well,
and
Lassiter, of course, Lassiter gets giddy about
exciting
counting
about counting
pennies.
pennies.
Does Lassiter get giddy about going to parties?
No, Lassiter doesn't get giddy going to party.
No, Lassiter does not get giddy about going to parties. When does Lassiter become giddy?
Well, Lassiter gets giddy about counting pennies when he counting pennies.
Well, Lassiter becomes giddy when he counts money, when he counts dollars and quarters and
He
pennies.
counts
That's
money,
when he gets
counts
giddy.
dollars.
Lassiter works with a guy named Ghana. Ghana hates accounting. He hates math. He hates small details. Ghana is not a meticulous person. He thinks accounting is drudgery. Does Ghana think accounting is a boring job? Yes, that's right. He thinks it's drudgery. He thinks accounting is drudgery. He thinks accounting is very boring, hard, and no fun. Ghana thinks accounting is drudgery. Does Lassiter think accounting is drudgery?
No, Ghana doesn't think counting pennies is drudgery. Lassiter doesn't think it's drudgery. Ghana thinks counting pennies is drudgery.
No, not
Drudgery.
Lassiter.
Drudgery.
Lassiter loves accounting. He does not think it's drudgery. Who thinks accounting is drudgery?
Ghana.
Well,
Ghana
Ghana.
thinks it's
Ghana thinks
drudgery.
accounting is drudgery.
Drudgery.
Does
Drudgery.
Lassiter think accounting is drudgery, or does Ghana think accounting is drudgery?
Ghana thinks counting
Well,
pennies
Ghana.
is
Ghana
drudgery.
thinks accounting is drudgery.
Is drudgery.
What does Ghana think is drudgery?
Counting pennies.
Well, Ghana thinks
Ghana thinks
accounting
accounting
is
is
drudgery.
drudgery.
Why? Well, because Ghana is an
Well, because
outlandish
outlandish
guy
guy
who loves to party
love
and
to
drink
party and
and
drink
laugh.
and laugh.
Is Ghana a quiet man?
No, Ghana is not
No, he's an
isn't
outlandish
he is
man. He loves to
outlandish
laugh
man.
and drink and talk and be a little bit crazy and fun. Ghana is an outlandish guy. He loves to party. Yeah! Is Lassiter an outlandish guy?
No, Lassiter is not an outlandish guy. Ghana is an outlandish guy, outlandish man. Lassiter is a meticulous
No,
person.
Lassiter is not outlandish. Lassiter is meticulous and careful and calm. Ghana is outlandish. Who is outlandish?
Hmm,
Well, of course,
Ghana.
Ghana is
Ghana is an
outlandish.
outlandish. Is
Is
an
Ghana
outlandish.
outlandish at work, at his job?
Yes, he does. He
Yes,
an
he is.
outlandish at
Ghana is
his work.
outlandish at his job.
At his
Is
job.
Ghana outlandish at home?
Yes, he's still crazy
Yes,
at
he's still
home.
crazy and fun at home. He's
Crazy
outlandish
fun
at
at home.
home, and he's outlandish at work. He always loves to party and drink and laugh and have fun. One day at work, Lassiter argues with Ghana. He says to Ghana, "Look, Ghana, life doesn't revolve around parties." Does Lassiter think parties are the most important thing in life?
No, Lester
No, Lassiter
doesn't
doesn't.
think life doesn't revolve around parties.
Does not think
Party.
parties are the center of life. He does
He
not
doesn't
think
think
parties
party
are most
is the
important in life.
center of
He
life.
says life does not revolve around parties. Life doesn't revolve around parties. Does Ghana think that life revolves around parties? Well, yeah, Ghana does. Ghana thinks life revolves around parties. He thinks parties are the most important. He thinks parties are in the center of life, most important thing in life. So for Ghana, life revolves around parties. Does life revolve around parties for Lassiter? No, life doesn't revolve around parties for Lassiter. For Lassiter, what does life revolve around?
For Lassiter, life revolves around work.
Well, for Lassiter, life revolves around work. Work is most important. So Lassiter says, work. That's what life revolves around. Life revolves around work. life does not revolve around parties. He tells Ghana, you need to be more careful and meticulous with your work. Ghana laughs. He says, Lassiter, you are so boring. Life should be jubilant and fun always. Does Ghana always want to be happy?
Yes, he does. Gonna always want to be happy. One
Yes, he does. Ghana always wants to be
want to
jubilant.
be jubilant.
Very, very happy and fun and excited. Does Ghana think life should always be jubilant?
Yes, Gonna think life should be jubilant.
Yes, he does. Ghana thinks life should always be jubilant. He thinks all people should be jubilant all the time. Does Lassiter think life should always be jubilant?
No, Lassiter
No, he
doesn't
doesn't.
think life should be
Lassiter thinks
jubilant.
life must always be hard work. Life must always be serious. Lassiter is not jubilant, but Ghana is jubilant. So which person is more jubilant? Ghana or Lassiter? Well, of course, Ghana is more jubilant. He's always jubilant, and Lassiter almost never. Okay, so Ghana tells him life should be jubilant and fun always. Then Ghana takes a beer out from his desk, and he throws it to Lassiter, and he says, Lassiter, drink this. Then you'll have more fun at work. Lassiter drinks the beer, and he feels much happier. Work seems much more fun now. He says to Ghana, Ghana, we are friends now. We have good camaraderie. Thanks, Ghana. Do Lassiter and Ghana feel like they are friends? Yes, yes, they have camaraderie. They have a feeling of friendship. Lassiter and Ghana have camaraderie. In the past, did Lassiter and Ghana have camaraderie? No, no, in the past they did not feel they were friends. But now they feel like friends. Now they have camaraderie. Who does Lassiter have camaraderie with?
Lassiter have camaraderie with Ghana.
Lassiter has camaraderie with Ghana, of
Had,
course.
had camaraderie
And who
with
does Ghana
Ghana.
have camaraderie with?
Ghana had camaraderie with Lassiter.
Ghana has camaraderie with Lassiter. They have camaraderie with each other. They both have a feeling of friendship with each other. So, he says, we have good camaraderie now. Thanks, Ghana. Then Lassiter says, I'm going to drink every day at work, and I'm going to enjoy life for its own sake. Is Lassiter going to enjoy life just to live? Yeah, that's right. He's going to enjoy it for its own sake. He's going to enjoy life by itself. Just living he's going to enjoy. Not some other reason, not some other goal. He's going to enjoy life for its own sake. Is he going to enjoy drinking for its own sake?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. He just likes drinking. He's not drinking for some goal. He's not going to make more money because he's drinking. He's just drinking for its own sake, just because it's fun. Is he going to enjoy life for its own sake? Yes, he's just going to have fun in life. He's not going to try to get some serious goal. He's going to enjoy life for its own sake. And finally, Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics. Do they become total alcoholics? Yes, that's right. They become 100% alcoholics. They become full alcoholics. They become full-fledged alcoholics. Do Ghana and Lassiter become full-fledged workaholics?
No.
No, not workaholics. Workaholic means you work
Workaholic.
and work and work too much, like many people understand. But full-fledged alcoholics means you drink too much. Drinking, drinking, drinking. Ghana and Lassiter are not full-fledged workaholics. They are full-fledged alcoholics. Who is a full-fledged alcoholic? Well, Ghana is a full-fledged alcoholic. Who else is a full-fledged alcoholic? Well, Lassiter is also a full-fledged alcoholic. Are they both full-fledged alcoholics? Yes, they are. They are both full-fledged alcoholics. Ghana and Lassiter become full-fledged alcoholics. But they enjoy their jobs every day now. All right, now one more time, I'm going to pause after key phrases. Just copy my pronunciation. Say the phrase and copy my pronunciation. Let's go. Lassiter is a meticulous person.
Lassiter is a
Lassiter is
meticulous
a
person.
meticulous person. He
Lassiter is a
loves math
meticulous
and
person.
accounting. He gets giddy about counting pennies.
He gets giddy about
He
counting
gets
pennies.
giddy about counting pennies.
He gets giddy about counting pennies.
Lassiter works with a guy named Ghana. Ghana hates accounting. He thinks it's drudgery.
He thinks
He thinks
it's
it's drudgery.
drudgery. He thinks it's drudgery.
Ghana is an outlandish guy.
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 He loves to party and drink and laugh.
He loves to
One day at
party
work,
and drink and
Lassiter
laugh.
argues with Ghana. He says to Ghana, "Life doesn't revolve around parties.
Life doesn't revolve around
Life
parties.
doesn't revolve around parties.
Life doesn't revolve around parties.
You need to be more careful and meticulous with your work." Ghana laughs and he says, "You are so boring, Lassiter. Life should be jubilant and fun always.
Life should be jubilant and fun
Life
always.
should be jubilant and fun always."
Life should be jubilant and fun always.
Then Ghana takes a beer out of his desk and throws it to Lassiter. "Drink this," he says, "then you'll have more fun at work." Lassiter drinks the beer and feels much happier. Work seems much more fun now. Finally, Lassiter says, "We are friends now. We have good camaraderie. We have good camaraderie."
We have good camaraderie.
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 "Thanks, Ghana. I'm going to drink every day at work and enjoy life for its own sake."
I enjoy life.
And enjoy life for its own sake.
I enjoy life for its own sake.
Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics.
Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged
Ghana and
alcoholics.
Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics.
Alcoholics. Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics.
But they enjoy their jobs.
But they enjoy their jobs.
Okay, now please pause and try to tell all of the story yourself. Try to tell all of the story and use the vocabulary correctly. You don't need to remember every word, but do try to use the correct phrases and words. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Lassiter is a meticulous person. He loves counting. He loves money. He gets giddy about counting pennies. Lassiter works with a guy named Ghana. Ghana hates counting. He thinks it's drudgery. Ghana is an outlandish guy who loves to party and drink and laugh. Both Lassiter and Ghana work at the same job. They are accountants. One day, Lassiter argues with Ghana. Lassiter says, "Life doesn't revolve around parties, Ghana. You need to be more careful with your work. You need to be more careful with your work." Ghana laughs and says, "You're so boring. Life should be jubilant and fun always." Then Ghana takes a beer out of his desk and throws it to Lassiter. "Drink this," he says. "Then you have more fun at work." Lassiter drinks the beer and he feels much happier. Work seems much more fun now. Lassiter says, "We're friends now. We have a good camaraderie." "Thanks, Ghana. I'm going to drink every day at work and enjoy it for its own sake." Ghana and Lassiter eventually become full-fledged alcoholics, but they enjoy their jobs.